Okay, so Taylor Swift released her album at midnight, and we also had Thursday Night Football. And I don't know, and I honestly can't tell you if either one was good because we're recording this right now because I have to be somewhere else on the actual Friday. So let's just pretend everything is great, and we'll go from there. Welcome, everybody, to the Friday forecast here on Stay Tuned Sports. I'm your boy King. Sans Jimbo. Again, scheduling things and things got in the way and this, that, and the other, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So Jimbo was unable to be here for this particular recording. I was unable to be here for Friday. And so there was just a little bit of back and forth and confusing. I don't know what's happening. All I know is this is going to be recorded. You're going to see who me and Jimbo. You're going to see who I and Jimbo picked. Jesus, if I could work on the English language, that would be great. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. If you like anything to do with this channel, which, considering this start, I'm not even sure. But if you do, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also that notification bell will help us out tremendously. If you want to help us out even more, we have a link for our donation station and our merch store, our Discord, which is getting a little bit more lively if you want to come join us, as well as a link for my nephew to go vote for my nephew to be Youth Athlete of the Year and get a nice little piece written on him in Sports Illustrated. All those links are in the description below this video. Go check it out. Got Jackson Dart shirt in the merch store. We've got a lot of cool stuff in the merch store. All that stuff helps. And by the way, if you do donate more than $100, you'll get your name in the ticker right there. Right now, Pecan is the leader in the clubhouse. He's got the $100 donated. If you want to get your name there, donate more than $100, you get your name in the ticker. Now, not much to really talk over here because, again, like I said, I'm recording this before Thursday Night Football. And just to let you know that me and Jimbo both picked the Rams. I know we didn't say that on the main show yesterday, which we were supposed to, and we just kind of got lost in the sauce. We both picked the Rams. That is our pick, so that everybody knows that. So whether the Rams won or lost or whatever, that's what it is. So if the Rams won, yay, look at us, we got it right. If the Rams lost, man, what a scrappy performance from San Francisco. I don't know. Anyway. Since there's really not much to talk about and not much to go on other than the picks, let's jump right over to the vertical board and start going over the picks for Week 5. We're already in Week 5, ladies and gentlemen, of the NFL season. And here you go. And right off the bat, I think I'm surprised because I thought I was going to be alone in this pick. Instead, Jimbo joins me in picking the Browns over the Vikings. I guess we both think they're going to get that Dylan Gabriel bump there. Again, I love the Browns defense. They have kept them in almost every game they've been in this year. Again, the Vikings also have a good defense. Right now, it's the question of which offense is going to suck less. If it was Joe Flacco starting, maybe I would go with it. Again, it's not an easy test for Dylan Gabriel. It's going to be his first start as a rookie in an international game in London. Not sure how that's going to work out. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, mainly because of that Browns defense. I really like how they play. And honestly, the Browns offense can't get any worse than what they've been. So I feel like if the Browns have a chance to really pull off an upset win here, this would be the time to do it. Let's see if that happens. Both Jimbo and I have the Browns over the Vikings in their second straight international game. Last week they played in Dublin, lost to the Steelers. Now we'll see if they can go ahead and beat the Browns. Like I said, if it was Flacco starting, I think it would have been an easier pick for the Vikings. For now, I am going to go with the rookie. I'm going with Gabriel and the Cleveland Browns to get their victory. In the next game, Jimbo, he picks the Houston Texans over the Baltimore Ravens, whereas I, as you can see, I have the Baltimore Ravens over the Houston Texans. I can understand Jimbo's apprehension about the Ravens. The Ravens have not played well. Their defense is not only not good, but now it's not good and it's injured. They've got plenty of injuries on the defensive side. They have plenty of injuries on the offensive side. We are not sure if Lamar Jackson's going to play or not. He hasn't practiced yet all week. as far as the recording of this particular episode. So is that going to change? Does that change anything? Does Cooper Rush give them a better shot to win a game? I have no idea. I'm going to go with the Ravens. They're at home. I can't buy into a Texans team. Yes, they shut out the Titans last week, but as Cam Ward said about his own team, we ass. So, I have to see something from the Texans here. Again, they're going on the road. They have not played, in my opinion, very well this year, outside of last week, which was, again, against the very, very bad Titans team. So we'll see if the Ravens can kind of get a get-right game here. They certainly need it at 1-3. The Texans also at 1-3. I'm going to give the benefit of that. Boy, if the Ravens lose this game, whoa, boy. And I know we said it about Kansas City last week. If they lose that game, oh, boy. But now if they lose this game, it's an ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, no. That's what we're looking at there with the Baltimore Ravens. In the next game, me and Jimbo also differ on this one, as he has the Carolina Panthers at home over the Miami Dolphins. I have gone and picked Miami. They got their first win. They kind of got that monkey off their back. The Panthers coming off getting just absolutely belt to ass by the Patriots up in New England. They go back home. Last time they were home, they got a shutout against the Falcons. I don't think the Dolphins are we'll see how the Dolphins do. Are the Dolphins any great shakes? No, clearly not. And now they don't have Tyreek Hill. Are they going to be able to put together a game plan? Again, I think the Panthers kind of struck lightning. They captured lightning in a bottle. That's the one I'm looking for against the Falcons in that game where they shut them out 30-0. I don't think that's going to happen again. Again, you have everybody on the Dolphins basically fighting for their job. You have Mike McDaniel. You have Tua. Tua's not going to be a starter anywhere else, so he better start making it work down there. They looked slightly more efficient against the Jets, and I happen to think that maybe the Jets are even on paper might be a better team than the Panthers. The record doesn't show it, but that's kind of how I look at it. So I'm going with the Dolphins. Jimbo going with the Carolina Panthers. Now, as we move these up here, what games do we have next? This one seems to be fairly easy, and I think Jimbo's going to be in agreement with this one as well. And it seems like he is. We both have the Colts over the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are just not good. Geno Smith is not good. Genti had a great game, kind of had his breakout rookie game last week. And Brock Bowers had a great game. Max Crosby was all over the field last week against the Bears. Caleb Williams was shook, yet still somehow the Raiders lost against the Chicago Bears. Now they're on the road. Now they're going to Indianapolis, who lost a heartbreaking game against the Rams where they really kind of outplayed the Rams, and just two mistakes by their wide receiver there. In going into the end zone and dropping the ball before he crosses, trying to celebrate like an idiot, and then holding on a play that would have given them the lead, Jonathan Taylor touchdown that would have given them the lead. Outside of those two mistakes, the Colts really did outplay the Rams. So now they're going back home. It feels like this is as easy as a pick as you can get. Again, it's the NFL. No pick is ever easy. No game is ever easy, and no win is ever easy. But I think the Colts should win this game rather easily. Next up, we have the Giants and the Saints. Both me and Jimbo have the Giants. I'm hesitant about picking the Giants. Trust me. Because the Saints have been a very good 0-4 team. They have given every team they've played outside of Seattle, they've given every team they've played everything they could handle. They were going toe-to-toe with Buffalo in Orchard Park, even into the fourth quarter. So, the Saints were... the Saints are one of those teams that it's like, yeah, they're bad, but they're tough bad. They're a gritty bad. It kind of reminds me of, what was that, the 08-09 Lions that went winless. It was like they didn't win a game, but man, they looked like they could have won so many of those games. They were really close games, one-score games, one-possession games, things like that. And they're playing in the Dome in New Orleans. The Giants, again, this is going to be Jackson Dart's only second start for Dart. We still have Brian Dable and Mike Kafka as our coaches. which is not great, and Shane Bowen as our defensive coordinator, which is not great. We don't have Malik Neighbors for the rest of the season, so there's a there's a lot here to be very suspicious about with the Giants. The Giants can very easily go in there and lose to the Saints. Part of me almost expects that, but I'm gonna put a slight bit of belief in the Giants and Jackson Dart to say that they can go ahead and pull off this win, but it's not the most confident pick I have ever had. Next up, we have the Cowboys and the Jets. Jets. And coming off their great performance, yet ending up in a tie against the Packers, Cowboys go on the road. They're playing at MetLife against the Jets team that, outside of penalties, the Jets have been so, except for the game with Buffalo, the Jets have been, again, kind of like the Saints, very close in every game and probably should have won. The Jets, by all rights, should probably be at worst 2-2 now, if not 3-1. Like, if we're being honest with each other, if we're all being honest, the Jets should be like 3-1 right now. But they constantly have penalties, whether you think they're fair or not. A lot of the Jets players and Jets fans don't think it has been, and I think there can be an argument for that. Be that as it may, you're still sitting at 0-4. They are at home. The Cowboys are so wildly inconsistent. I have no idea. The last time they went on the road, they had the Bears beat the shit out of them, and the Bears just struggled to win a game against the Raiders where Geno Smith threw 3 picks. So take that as you will. I don't know how to gauge or read the Cowboys here. So I believe I'm going with the Jets. I think the Jets are due. The Jets have played well enough to win games and just haven't. And again, the Cowboys on the road after a big emotional game with the Packers at home ends up in a tie. You know, it feels like they might be blue balling themselves a little bit. So I'm gonna go with the Jets. Jimbo goes with the Cowboys. He thinks the Cowboys are gonna win this game over the Jets and send the Jets to 0-5. Up next, we have the Eagles and Broncos. And Jimbo, if he was here, we know Jimbo would say, oh, reverse psychology. We're doing reverse psychology here. You know what I mean? It's got to be reverse psychology. Because he has the Broncos beating the Eagles. Now, to be fair, we have covered the fact that the Broncos have not played very well, but it seems like they might be getting the running game getting back, which, again, is not very Sean Payton-like because Sean Payton's not a big running game guy, as we all know. Bo Nix, I still think, has got to play better. He has not played entirely great at all in these games. Even last week against Cincinnati, there was plenty of Bo overthrows, as we saw, and Bo picks had happened. So it's still not great there for Denver. On the other hand, though, the Eagles, and to Jimbo's defense, this is what I was meaning to say, the Eagles have yet to play a full 60-minute game of football. They are 4-0, but in all their games against the Cowboys, and against Chiefs, and then we had them against, just look at Tampa last week. The Eagles are, they play a great first. The Rams in week 3 is another example where the first half they just didn't show up, and then the second half they were able to come back with some help from the officiating and go ahead and win that game. But that's what I mean. The Eagles are 4-0, but they have not looked great for an entire 60-minute game. So I can understand Jimbo having maybe a little apprehension about this. And I think if the Broncos were as good as advertised coming into the season, I think I might have also picked them. But I haven't seen it yet consistently enough from the Broncos to be like, hey, you know what? I like the cut of your jib. I think you can go ahead and do that. So until I see that, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go with the Eagles to go 5-0. Jimbo, he has the Broncos because reverse psychology. Next up, we have the Titans and the Cardinals. I don't know what Jimbo's thinking here. This is just he'll have to explain it on either Monday or Wednesday. The next time we see him, maybe he'll explain it on Sunday if we're doing the games. We'll see if he's there for that as well. But I don't know why he picked the Titans. I mean, I know the Cardinals are not exactly great, and they've been very inconsistent as well as they sit at 2-2 right now. But I don't know how you could pick the Titans to win anything right now. Even if listen, would I pick the Titans to score a point in this game? Sure, they're not going to get shut out 2 weeks in a row. But are they going to beat the Cardinals? I find that really hard to believe. I can't see it. So that's why I have the Cardinals. Jimbo has the Titans, so we'll see if he gets an upset special there. 97% of the picks are on the Cardinals. And then we both have the Buccaneers over Seattle. This one I hemmed and hawed over very much. I love Seattle. I think Seattle is very good. Tampa has a lot of injuries. At last I looked, Baker Mayfield, he was held out of practice for a knee and I believe a shoulder issue. They've had the Buccaneers are going through their own injured, not quite as bad as San Francisco, but not great. As we know, Mike Evans is going to be sidelined for a couple of weeks here. So, and Bucky Irvin, I believe, is in a walking boot, so he's not going to be playing in this game. I believe they listed him as week to week, but I think it's safe to assume he's not playing in this game. The great thing about this game is that both teams are going to wear their throwback uniforms for the 50th anniversary of both these teams entering into the league. So you're going to have that Seattle, nice, beautiful Pacific Northwest royal blue, silver helmets with the cool old-school Seahawk head on it, the Native American totem pole Seahawk, which is so cool. God, and Bucko Bruce, and it's just going to look so good. It's just going to look so good. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to the Buccaneers because, again, they're never out of the game, and if Baker Mayfield is on that field, which even if they've held him out of practice and he might have some injury issues that I feels like he's going to be out there, I'm going to have to go with the Buccaneers. Until I see it consistently that they're going to lose or not do well or have too many injuries, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. But Seattle's played very well, and I was this close to picking Seattle. Part of me almost feels like changing it right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to my guns, sticking with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next up, we have the Lions and the Bengals. Both me and Jimbo have the Lions. No further explanation necessary. The Bengals are fucking terrible. We both have the Chargers over Washington. I don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to play or not. He may or may not. I believe they said he was a full participant in practice, so I believe that Jaden Daniels is going to be coming back and playing this week for Washington. They are playing in Los Angeles, who's coming off a bad loss to the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium last week. They lost Joe Alt. We'll see. I think he's got a high ankle sprain. He's, again, going to be week to week. So we'll see if they can stop the injuries. But I seriously think that the Chargers are still one of the better teams in the NFL, and especially in the AFC, despite their loss to the Giants last week. If they lose 2 in a row to NFC East teams, that's going to start raising some questions. Injuries or not, that's going to start raising some real questions there when it comes to Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But if the Redskins go ahead and beat the Chargers in L.A., I think you're going to start having some questions. Me and Jimbo, we both also have the Bills over the Patriots. I think this game's going to be a lot closer than any of us thought. On Sunday Night Football, I picked the Bills. I think you have to pick the Bills. But, boy, if the Patriots keep it close, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, again, I still think the Bills win overall. I don't think the Patriots are quite there yet. But Drake May looks good. I like Vrabel as coach. They still have a lot of things to put together, but especially last game against, now again, it was against Carolina, so again, we have to take everything with a big, hefty hunk of salt. But I like the direction that the Patriots are moving in, and again, I think they might be able to give the Bills a little, again, the Saints gave the Bills a bit of a tough time there, and even the Dolphins the week before on Thursday Night Football gave the Bills all they could handle up there to late in the game until Tua threw that interception. So I think the Patriots, It could be a sneaky fun, sneaky good game there on Sunday night. And for Monday night, we have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Jimbo, all of a sudden, the guy who wouldn't keep the Jaguars out of his booty cheeks spot, he said they're the worst team in the NFL, even when they won a game. He says they're a terrible team. They are terrible. They're 3-1 now. Now all of a sudden he's picking them against the Chiefs down Monday night in Jacksonville. In Duval, as the coach would say. If what we saw last week was an awakening of the Chiefs as the Chiefs, then I think the Chiefs win this game. Trevor Lawrence has still been very inconsistent. Trevor Lawrence needs to show that he can be a consistent, good quarterback in the NFL. He has yet to do that. And whether he's going to do that in Jacksonville or maybe he'll have to do that somewhere else, kind of like maybe a Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones situation. For right now, it hasn't quite clicked yet in Jacksonville with him. Maybe it will. We'll see. But I don't think this will be the game to do it. I think the Chiefs go in there. I think the Chiefs are starting to maybe starting to feel themselves a little bit again. Starting to feel a little bit like the Chiefs is the Chiefs. So I'm going to go with Kansas City over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jimbo, your good friend Jimbo, he's got the Jaguars, who he hated for 4 weeks of the season and the preseason. He's got the Jaguars beating the Chiefs there on Monday night. So that's going to do it here for the Friday forecast. I know, quick, easy, 1, 2, 3, in and out, 20-minute adventure. But that's what happens when you don't have anything else going on. You have to record, and you don't have anybody else here, and you're doing it early, so you don't have any game to review because the game hasn't happened yet, even though for you guys it has. So it's all over the place. But I certainly hope everybody out there enjoyed Thursday Night Football, and I certainly hope if you like Taylor that you enjoyed the new album. Early on here, I've kind of looked at some of the early reviews, what some people were saying about it, since I haven't been able to hear it yet. My girl's feeling herself in more ways than one, apparently. Interesting. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that as well. Football, Taylor, it's going to be a great weekend. I hope everybody out there has a fantastic time. If you liked any part of the show, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Helps us out tremendously. If you want to help us out even further, our donation station, our merch store, our Discord, and the link to go vote for my nephew for Youth Athlete of the Year. All of those are in the description below this video. Until we see you for Sunday, I don't think we're going to do the international game. I don't think we're doing Vikings and Browns. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of a lot of oomph for that one. Even though it is starting Dylan Gabriel as a rookie quarterback, well, maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind. But I don't think that's going to be it. We do have Giants Saints. I know the Eagles are playing the Broncos at 1 o'clock as well. Me and Jimbo are kind of debating how we're going to do that, whether it's just going to be Giants and Saints, whether it's just going to be Eagles and Broncos, or if we do like a double stream. We might do a double stream and see how that works, see if we do that as well. But that's what that's going to look like for right now. We're not sure. And, of course, then I definitely want to do the Seahawks and Buccaneers game in the 4 o'clock window. And, of course, then the Bills and the Patriots on Sunday night. So until Sunday, when we'll see you here for the games, my name is King. This has been the Friday Forecast on Stay Tuned Sports. Everybody, have a great rest of your weekend until we see you on Sunday.